Alright, let's see here. Hello everyone, Edward18 here. I don't know how this is gonna go, but we'll see how this all operates on this computer. For those tuning in, I always spend a little time beforehand sending out the link of this stream to the various different social media whatevers that I put it on. So, if you're tuning in right now, or tuning in time afterwards, after this has been, like, completed and stuff, just skip to when I am, actually doing stuff, which will probably be 2 minutes, give or take. And I will be back with you momentarily. In the meantime, enjoy this lovely little tune from the game Viva V, Viva V. Okay, alright. Think that's good. And judging by what I was listening to, I don't think you can hear the music, really. Hello, Daniel and Jacob. I am doing alright. I'm just testing things out on this computer for the streaming stuff before I head into work today, which I will be doing in a few hours, so I guess I should get to work. How is the music? Can you guys hear it at all? Am I too low? Too quiet? This is, I am using Grandma's old computer, trying to get things up and running here. Whoa, 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 whoa. No, no, no. Zoom out. Did not need to go that far in. And let's see how this... Alright, this seems to be working. Okay. Just put this here. Readjust. And there we go. See the full screen. Okay. Let's see here. Alright, let's readjust the music then. How... Okay. I think I've got things more or less set up here. There we go. Full screen for that. And I think we have the music at an acceptable level, which is 40, or negative 40. I can't tell which. I don't really care. Let's get to work, shall we? So, yes, welcome back, everybody, to the streams. I'm not sure how often I'll be able to do this, since I, have a job that I need to physically go to and stuff, and all that, but for the time being, I might have a way to actually doodle and stuff here. I pretty much took Grandma's old computer out of retirement. It's all busted up and everything, but I've been able to hook enough stuff up to it to really get it operating in some capacity. So let's see here. Let's split this into sections so that I can zoom in. Sorry for the long absence in my streaming and stuff. It's just so much stuff has happened in the last year that it's a bit hard to keep going with certain things at times. For now, though, let's get something doodled up, shall we? I'm mainly just happy to have that whole animation that I was doing, the Party Crashers thing, out of the way. That took forever to do. Let's see. Well, we just had the Aurora Borealis, so how's about I draw an Aurora Borealis? One that we have actually seen before in the various streams I used to do. This'll be the Aurora Borealis Orbot from Vector Man. Assuming this all goes good, I'm not even sure how this GIMP program will work on here, really. Oh, that is absolute garbage. Well, oh god, that's, well, at least I can erase it in some way. Smooth stroke? No, that doesn't fix it. Incremental? Stays the same. Okay, whatever. We ball. Let's go. Yeah, that Party Crashers thing that I put up the other week, I was not expecting that many views, because I have never gotten that many views on a video that quickly, ever, but oh my god. I'm just happy it's done. It's that took about 10 months to make, working on and off with all the other stuff I was doing. Oh my god, this is absolute garbage for the eraser. Oh, wait a sec. Oh, okay, we just needed to, switch over to another kind, and then the eraser would fix itself. Alright, never mind. We are in proper working order with our eraser now. Let's get the beak positioned back up there. Ding, ding. Not really needing to be accurate to a true pterodactyl or pterodactyl or whatever it was supposed to be, since it's a robot approximation of one. But we still need the general shape of it. I remember it had a barrel chamber thing for the body and stuff. So did any of you guys see the Aurora Borealis? I tried to, but I was at work, and when it got to being around the time to see it, I could not find it at all. So I assume there's just too much haze and pollution out in the city to see the night sky properly. Ding, 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 boom. Yeah, I want to say it had, like, its body kind of reminded me of sort of a Gatling gun for some reason. I want to say that's what it looked like. Ding dong. Hopefully the music's not too loud now after my adjustments to it. Of course, if anyone has a problem, feel free to say something. Going forward, I am going to need to get started on the remake of the first comic. I have had it in production on and off throughout my, the last few years. Oh, farewell, Wiggle Boy, or Jacob Wiggle. I hope you have a good time out there. But yeah, I've had the remake of the first comic that I'd been working on occasionally over the years. And it's something that I'll need to get to properly working on. I think I'm on like page 5 or 6 right now. And it's with everything going on, I'm not sure how it's all going to have to happen, because at the moment I'm probably going to need to be moving once Mom visits in like a month. But we'll see as things go. Let us shrink our Aurora Borealis down, shall we? Let's see. There we go. Okay. Reset. No. I want you to... No, don't do that. Okay, this is all finicky with things. Oh, yes, Daniel, the Aurora Borealis happened over the last couple of days. So let me see here. Okay, this is in scale at least. Yeah, this GIMP program on this computer is a bit finicky, because Grandma's old computer that I'm operating on is kind of weird. It's all malfunctioning and stuff from having, like, things spilled on it over the years and all that, but it's all that I could really rely on to get any form of streaming up and running. Let me readjust this now. Okay. Get that centered. There we go. Dun, dun. Alrighty, there we go. Oh, and if anyone wants, which I doubt there's anyone that would know about the Discord that's not on the Discord, but if you want, feel free to stop by the Discord and join the Edwardian Empire. For whatever that's worth. Your Lord and Savior, Edward, shall thank you. Yeah, over the last week or so, it's just sort of been me recovering from doing all that animation for so long. Let me check over here. Yeah, let me think. I don't think it has, like, a fin in the back there. So, I remember it had, like, a tail, like, it was bent at an angle. Because they have, like, an illustration of this boss in the instruction manual. The instruction manual of Vector Man was always one of the coolest. It was like looking at comic art sometimes with how sketchy and dynamic everything looked. Yeah. It doesn't really... With the orb thing that they have for the art in that game, it's kind of hard to make it look like it's flying, since the body parts aren't connected together. But I think that'll do. Dun, 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 dun. Did it have, like... I want to say it had some object things on the shoulder here. Let's see how this looks. Dun, 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 bum, bum. That does make it look better. So I'll do that. Maybe there can be implications that it's keeping itself propelled with, like, jetpack type things. Obviously, I don't have the game open and playing, so I can't really... Well, I could look up a picture if I wanted, but that seems like too much work, and a bit risky to do on a computer that I've never done this stuff on. But yeah, last year, if you remember the November, like when I was cooking the feast and everything to eat on Thanksgiving, that was the last time I was ever able to do a digital live stream. So, since then, what happened was there was an update on that computer that completely destroyed the audio on the computer. And ever since then, I've tried everything. It seems like I cannot get audio back on that computer, so it was fun while it lasted, but that one is kinda dead in the water when it comes to doing the YouTube side of things. But who knows, maybe this grandma computer shall be our savior. I kinda doubt it, but here's to hoping. Ding, ding. Yeah, that looks okay. Let's see, where is... Not that. This. Here we go. Let's move this out a bit. And just show some depth with that. There we go. Yeah, sorry if the commentary is not on par with how it traditionally was. It's, might take a bit to getting back into the swing of things. Technically, I did do another stream after the Thanksgiving one. That was back at, like, Christmas, a physical stream. But since then, I haven't really done much in the way of YouTube. The animation pretty much took up most of my life for the last month or so. Well, more than a month. That went on forever. Coloring all those frames of Brent and Bernius and Sophist and everything. Brent was the hardest, because he had, like, all of the items on his, like, character. Like, let me see if I can... Just to bring it up for comparison's sake. Oh, no, not that. There we go. Oh my god, it's up to 23,000. Oh, that is insane. The amount of views that have gotten onto that video. Yeah, right here. If, let me see. Here we go. This, all of this. Oh my god, every little item on him that took so long to color. Like the crown, the hair, different pieces of cloth. Sophist was decent. Like, he was worse than Vernius. Vernius was the simplest one, because he was just pink and black. But these two, especially Brent here, very, very long time to do. Sophist wasn't too bad, because he did not show up as much as the others in the animation, but it took a long time to color all of those drawings. And it's like, let's see, a drawing every 1/12 of a second. Ding, 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 ding. Alright, we still have things running here. Actually, let me zoom out. And just to have things as reference, I'll leave this here. Don't know if I'll draw any of these guys, but it's nice to look back on the accomplishments. If I could, I'd make an animation every day, but that would be humanly impossible. And let's see if I can get one of... Here they are. Alright. Okay. You guys stop, Vernius. Okay. There we go. And these two. Ding. Yeah, I know Nick does not care for the whole Piplup persona as much, but when I first started making it, I wasn't even thinking about, like, what anyone wanted. I was just thinking about what was in my head. And they poke fun at his Piplup thing enough that I'm sure it's fine to draw him as that. But now what do? I made this weird-ass Aurora Borealis. Aurora Borealis. Oh, I know. The obvious thing. I've never drawn him, but I see him often enough, so let's see if I can't make some form of Skinner here from The Simpsons. Yeah, he has like this cheap thing that comes off of the eyeball here. I think you can see a bit of his forehead. Obviously, I'm not really focusing on doing a world-class Leonardo da Vinci quality Skinner or anything, but just enough to get the point across. Alright. That should do. Come on, get the... There we go. Pupil towards the center of the eye. And how's his hair go? I'll just do it like that. Any edits I need to make, I can do later. And then, the classical line. Aurora Borealis? May I see it? No. The funniest thing about that whole scene is, like, you can see Skinner actually thinking about, like, if he should show the Aurora Borealis that he does not have to the superintendent. That's always been, like, the funniest bit about that whole thing. Yeah, it's pretty insane how long The Simpsons has been running. Okay. Actually, let's see here. Oh, right. I don't have any files that I have saved on this computer. So, what should I title this first file? Doodling's 10 string. There we go. Down, and we'll put it here. Alright. We got a nice old Skinner and his ever-famed Aurora Borealis next to him. Nope, nope, nope. There we go. But what do I do next? This is all mostly just a test to, like, this whole stream is just sort of a big test to see how well it all goes. Whoa! I accidentally closed the music out. I'm having to use the stylus only instead of the stylus and the mouse, because I can't have them both connected at once on this computer. There's not enough, like, UBS ports, USB ports. Okay, let me see here. Get some music going again. Nope. Nope, 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 no. Oh, that's always good. Oh, I'm just looking through the history on YouTube to see if there's any music I might want to play in the background. Oh, right. I'd forgotten I'd seen that, The Amazing Digital Circus, Episode 2. And there's Goobus. There's Transformers Prime. No. No. Oh, the Dr. Robotnik theme. Adventures of. If you say the Dr. Robotnik theme, it basically doesn't mean anything, because he's had so many over the years. Oh, there's Iron Mouse. Didn't even... Oh, I guess I did see an animation about her the other day. Okay, we'll go with this. No, not a Reese's ad. Skip past this. Come on. There you go. Yeah, hopefully this music can be heard. If not, I may turn it up a tiny bit. There we go. Now we go back to drawing. And with these tunes going on, it's only fitting to do a little Tails. Well, anything been happening in the lives of all you viewers out there? For me, it's just been well, for most this year so far, been going in to do the valet job and everything that I got towards the end of last year. I think I had it when I did my Christmas stream. I think I remember mentioning it there. It's been going okay for now. Mainly I just need more money, because I don't know how I'm gonna survive, but I'm not out yet. Now, Tails is slightly different than the other Sonic characters. Most Sonic characters have, like, the design where it's one eye that is split into, like, looking like two eyes. But with Tails, he literally does have two separate eyes for his design. Obviously, Eggman, if he ever shows his eyes as two separate eyes, that just looked weird on a human character. But for all the animal people, usually they just do this as the design. And that just looks god-awful on Tails. Yeah, listening to this music last year, it's, is it Prison Gate is the level it plays in for Tails? I was thinking of, like, this facility that, King Shadow had in my stuff back when, probably around 2000 or something I made it up. But it was like the facility that would house Telemer. And that all has to do with, like, older eras in the world of the comics that I make the world those take place in. Huh, this is... There we go. Oh, I did see there was an animation someone did of, like, using newer models and stuff for the final battle of Sonic Adventure 2. It looked really cool. Not all of it was exactly as I would have done it, but it is cool looking. I still do intend to animate that final fight at some point, as well as the final fight of Vectorman. Ah, there he is. The good old engineer of Team Sonic. I think the first place you really see Tails, like, being the engineer-type character is in the old OVA of Sonic from the 90s. And I think I have the OVA in Japanese on my computer. On my main computer, not this computer. The Windows 7 computer. The Windows 7 is mainly what I use to make the Party Crashers animation with. Yeah, that thing... I worked on it a tiny bit on the other Windows 10 computer, but not much. Especially not once the sound went out on it. Oh, hello, Steven. How are you doing? I do hope the audio is alright. Yeah, this is definitely too long of arms, too big of hands for Tails, but kinda just drawing and doodling. We can always take this. Deleted. Readjust. There we go. Now it's more in scale. And now... there's my cursor. There we go. Okay, that looks a lot better, but it's still not great. Let's put it up there. Alright. There we go. Yeah, this is just a good theme for, like, infiltrating a high-tech security thing. One thing I always liked about Sonic Adventure 2 was sort of the cyberpunkiness to the machinery and everything. Not the machinery, like the settings of machinery. It made the world of Sonic feel like you were getting to really see the advancements in that world. Because how Sonic always seemed to me was, as it went on, like, there was obviously civilizations and stuff on the islands the games took place on. You could see, like, the whole city and Starlight Zone and Sonic 2 and Casino Night and all that stuff. But once you got to, like, the adventure games, it was, it really showed more of, like, a world and stuff. Let's see, Casino Night and all that stuff. Okay. I was just checking the audio on things. But yeah, once you got to, like, Station Square and all the, getting to see Gun and everything in Adventure 2, it seemed to form in my head that, like, it was sort of a more futuristic kind of world that Sonic lived in, and the advances of society were sort of working off of what Gerald Robotnik and the people of Ark had, like, done 50 years prior. That's just kinda how it seemed to me. Because, like, all the machinery and stuff is run by Chaos drives, which were made from research that Gerald was doing on the Chaos Emeralds for Project Shadow and stuff. And then Eggman, I guess he just decided to cut out the middleman and use, like, living animals and creatures as batteries, pretty much. Just skipping the chaos energy stuff entirely. He wanted the real stuff, the actual Chaos Emeralds, instead of the energy copies of them that the Chaos drives would have had. It has the same wavelengths and properties, but is less powerful than the real thing. Down, down, bow, bow. Down, 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 down. Of course, any sense of, like, actual meaningful world building sort of goes out the window in Sonic after, like, once you get to probably around maybe Colors, maybe Generations. I'd say 06, but 06 does actually keep a bit of stuff going, it feels like, when it comes to the world of Sonic. Just in a very weird art design choice. Not sure who would have ever wanted Sonic with, like, realistic-looking humans and everything. Like, the ones in the Adventure series are real-ish, but they're still, like, anime-esque. Best they ever did, like, non-animal characters would have been Unleashed. Yeah, they're all cartoony enough that they look like they go alongside Eggman pretty well. Eggman's always been kinda weird, because he's like the fattest human that there is, but he's also like the tallest one. He's like a giant compared to other humans in Sonic. And then he's like the fastest thing in existence. Anytime Sonic's chasing him, he cannot catch him. Ding, 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 ding. But here is the Kitsune of the group, the Fox Genius. Mayo's Tails Flower. And we'll just take him, move him over next to Skinner here. Make things a bit more compact. Okay, there we go. I wish there were, like, omnibuses that Sega would allow to be produced of, like, the Archie comics and Fleetway and all that stuff. Just so that people can have, like, an actual collection of the different series of Sonic that have been done over the years. I know they'll probably never do that, because it's, like, not the real Sega, like, universe or anything. But it'd be nice to have all that stuff. I still have the, somewhere I have the copy of the Archie comic where, like, Robotnik and Sonic and the Freedom Fighters get abducted by this robot alien overlord guy to be kept in, like, a hamster cage and stuff. It was really ridiculous in those comics. Like, they had the more scary, like, Sad AM design of Robotnik, but he was, like, even goofier than Adventures of Robotnik sometimes. Ba-da-bow-bow. And we'll leave a little tooth alongside the tongue right there for Skinner. A lot of times I will leave, like, you can see part of the teeth for the character when they have their mouth open in the lower jaw. Gives it more of a sense of 3D dimensionalism. Of course, what matters the most is if it looks good and fun, so it could be like this if it's more serious and stuff, and you can see, like, the lower teeth and the upper teeth, and draw them like that. Or it can be more exaggerated if you want it to be more instantly appealing to the more entertained sensors of the brain. Have it be like, oh no, their tongue is going up at this completely bizarre angle, and they're stretching their mouths beyond the border of the face itself. All depends on, like, the mood I want to convey and everything. Just have all of this filled in black. Oh, and since Steven left the "Fork You" comment, it's kind of making me think of Totally Forked, which is a level from, it's a secret level in Earthworm Jim 2. And I forget if we got to it. I don't think we did get to it in the Let's Play I did. That Let's Play of Earthworm Jim 2 was a train wreck to me. I do intend to, like, make it its own video by editing together footage of it with the Earthworm Jim 1 Let's Play to make it a bit more bearable. But on its own, I'd say the Earthworm Jim 2 Let's Play is amongst the worst of the Let's Plays that I did. It was fun doing all those Let's Plays, like, last year. So much enjoyment with all that. And all those voices in the Zero games. Hello, Zero. I will be the navigator for this mission. I am an emotionless wreck. Fuck you. I do hope that Doug gets back to making the, like, Earthworm Jim comics at some point. I do appreciate having what we have, but it is kind of something I want to see complete, since I know he had more thought out of it. That's too long for Jim's head. Actually, I'm going to get a different tune going here. Nice. Here we go. Let's try this one. This is always a nice, soothing one to me. Again, do hope that this is loud enough. Yeah, it's always hard to beat, like, a good Mega Man 8 soundtrack to me. Or I guess song. The soundtrack would be, like, the entirety of all the songs. Yeah, for Jim, you don't want to make the tail of his head too long. Oh, and again, if anyone would like, you are all free to stop on by the Discord if you wish to hang out and or chat. The link to the Discord is in the description. Actually, I can probably put it on screen here. Let me see here. You all got any games you like out there? Of my favorites, I guess this character would probably be amongst my favorite, which would be Earthworm Jim. Here we go. Alright, let's do this. Oh, no, don't do that. Okay. Whoa. There we go. There is the link to the Discord, if anyone cannot see it in the description. And now I will go back to the layer that I was drawing on. Now, when it comes to Earthworm Jim, it's always hard to decide, like, which person does Jim the best. Usually I like how Lem does him the most, Rocket Worm, or Catherine Garner. She always made it look so magical whenever she drew him. Doug TeNapel does the standard, like, He's the guy that made the character. So it's like the most... It's a good gym, but depending on when he does it and how he does it, it can be a bit more scratchy, more like a sketch at times. Yeah, on the job here at the valet, the most exciting thing that's happened is probably, lately there's been, I think, one car that went missing. It wasn't in, like, the garage, it was in the parking lot. And some people, like, I think took it, but the owners were able to find it again. Yeah, all I do is take the cars to the garage when people want them taken down there. Otherwise, there's like a parking lot on either side of the building that people park at. I should probably give Jim a different expression. And Jim always has 3 fingers and a thumb, the classic cartoon staple. Oh, well, I do know you like Malice, Daniel. But yeah, most of those are... Oh, so you probably liked... You like classic PlayStation 1 things then, mostly, when it comes to your favorites. There's Pokemon, obviously, which is not PlayStation, but of the ones you listed, it seems like more of a PlayStation guy there. Yeah, I always loved Spyro and Crash, and I always liked how they had the demos for each of them on each other's, like, games. And then Insomniac and Naughty Dog continued their little rivalry / relationship up into Jak and Daxter and Ratchet and Clank. I do love me some Jak and Daxter. Just wish they'd make Jak 4 already. And I know they did have ideas for Jak 4, but with how those were looking, I am glad they didn't make that Jak 4. And when it comes to the systems I grew up with, the one I always think of is the Sega Genesis, or Sega Mega Drive. That's the one that we always had when I was really little. Dad would always get to the final boss of Sonic 2 and die every time. He never beat that game. That damned Eggman mech. I've gotten all the Chaos Emeralds in Sonic 2 legitimately and beaten it one time. I've beaten it multiple times, but I've only gotten all the Chaos Emeralds, like, in one go without cheating once. And even if, like, you can do it more easily in modern versions and stuff, there is still a big sense of satisfaction to be able to do that as it was originally intended. I remember the final Chaos Emerald, like, bonus round was, like, really easy at the final part. They just literally throw groups of rings at you. I guess it's kind of just a reward for having made it that far in the game. Oh, well, I do have, or did have, all of those systems, Daniel, other than the Wii U and the Switch. Not sure what happened to the Super Nintendo, but I remember playing, like, Super Metroid and stuff on a Super Nintendo. The first time I ever played a Super Nintendo was over a friend's house back in Oregon when I was, like, probably around 8 or something. Yeah, that was like, that was F-Zero. I didn't know what the game was at the time, but looking back, it was obviously F-Zero. And it was like the coolest game I'd ever seen when it came to the speed and everything. Yeah, you always get to see, like, the Jim body coiled up inside the super suit when you draw him at an angle that's downwards. There were ideas that Doug had for redesigning Jim for, like, later iterations that got canceled and stuff, but I like the normal look of Jim the most. He tried to make him, like, more simple looking, so, like, instead of this hole in the suit for the collar and all this, like, ring and stuff, it was simple down to just, like, that, and then he had one eyebrow, and, like, I don't think he had less rings on him, and it did not look as good to me. But I do get that it's like a simpler character is easier to animate and everything. There is a reason that people make simple characters for animation. Especially in America, where they don't give as much effort a lot of times as anime in Japan and stuff. Which isn't to say that there aren't lazy animes. There are most definitely badly animated ones of those. But by and large, the industry over there seems to lend itself more to more detailed designs a lot of times. And when it comes to the Game Boy, I always liked the Game Boy Advance the most. That felt like an actual sequel to the Sega Genesis Super Nintendo era of things, carrying on those types of games while making them look even better than they had the capabilities to do back during the 90s. Game Boy Advance might actually be one of my favorite systems ever created with the library of games that it had on it. Oh, hey, welcome back, Jacob. How are you doing? Did you enjoy your time away? We were talking about video games and stuff. Do you have a favorite video game system, Jacob? Or a favorite game, for that matter? Alright, let's draw Jim. Like, get his arm like that. The legs might be a bit too long. They're definitely too long. Do I care, though? That is the big question for this test stream. That will not necessarily guarantee that we're going to be doing streams as regularly anymore. I would love to do streams all the time, but I do have work to do. And I will most likely not be doing any of the remake of the Dreamscape comics on stream, because that would be major spoilers, and those comics are supposed to be for patrons on the Patreon. There will be, like, the first 5 pages put up on the DeviantArt when I put them up, but other than that, it's supposed to be like a Patreon thing until I publish them. Oh, Earthworm Jim is a superstar, Jacob. He will always be welcome around these parts. Da-da-dum-ba-dum. Yeah, I found out there was like this animation that sort of explained how they did the sprite work on Earthworm Jim that I found years and years ago on like a Tumblr or something. And I actually ran into the guy on Discord that made that animation years ago. He was like, oh wow, this is a blast to the past or something like that. For anyone curious, it was Look, which is this, he's a Russian animator guy that always used to make Earthworm Jim stuff. I know he has a YouTube channel somewhere on here. He was working on stuff for the Bigfoot Bill game that they had planned, but it never ended up happening. I think he said that it got to like the test phase, but it just never ended up going through. Now let's see if we can't shapen up these legs at all. Alrighty. That's better, but we can do even better. Groovy! Now, all the voice lines for Earthworm Jim in the first and second game were like by Doug TenNapel, the guy that made the character, and whoever else they had on staff there at the time. I wouldn't be surprised if Mike Dietz provided some of the voice lines. And I always did prefer how Jim sounded in the game compared to the cartoon. In the cartoon, he sounded alright, but he just sounded like more of a generic superhero to me. Just a gay Ruby instead of Ruby. Which for when he says plasma, when he does that, what that is Doug TenNapel. He said it in a stream years ago that he was imitating what he remembered from a Looney Tunes short where there was a doctor that was saying, like, plasma, dog, plasma, for, like, I guess a medical thing or something. And that's what he got that, like, line from that they use in the game. That's way too small for his foot. Oh, well, for YouTube, I never really care to show what I look like in real life, Jacob, because in my videos, I've always wanted it to just be my, like, Edward that I draw. This guy here. Glasses. And then the hair that goes down like that. I don't know why I'm drawing him. You guys see him on my avatar and in the thumbnail of the video and everything. But yeah, that's what I have always wanted to represent myself as in videos. Because for me, doing the real life thing just gets kind of boring. But I'm not opposed to showing what I look like. Actually, let's see, I have pictures. Well, let me go check, actually. Because I can just probably copy and paste it into here if I find one. Let's see here. Just give me a second, folks. You all chit-chat amongst yourselves, and I will be back with a potential Edward face reveal or body reveal. Where is Edward? Okay, not that, not that, not that. It's probably too many pages to go through. If you're watching this in the future, people, just skip past this part to when we get back to doodling. Uh-huh. If I were on my other computer, I would, like... I could just bring up an image. Although Bowyer Daniel here has seen what I look like. Actually, why don't I just look up... Milo... Me... Well, I think the best I can really do in such short notice is this old... Let's see here. Let's see, it's 2009. And, here is what I dressed up as for Halloween back then. There's me, back at the old house from, like, wow, a decade and a half ago, almost. Yeah. Hello, Gothamites! Yeah. I did enjoy being the Joker there. I remember, I think it's my very first video on YouTube. I do have what I looked like back then, but even then, that was like, what, 2008 or something? Let's see here. Why am I bothering to do this? Come on, get all the way to the bottom. Past all the Resident Evil, past Kirby, past Earthworm Jim, past Mega Man, past more Resident Evil. There I am! It's not the first video, but it's like... Oh. Nayato. Now I gotta redo everything. Okay, come on. Sorry about all this. When I get something in my head to do, I stick with it to the bitter end. As you well saw in my Resident Evil guiding video, that I doubt I'll ever play through that game again after suffering through that. Okay. Copy this, and here is what Edward looked like back in 15 years ago. So another 2009 image of me. Yep, there I be. That is in fact me. In a very, very small resolution. There we go. And just for... Let's get this. And here... Oh. That's the wrong thing. Oh dear. Nope. Oh. Okay, that popped up. There is what Edward looks like. What I consider... Well, I consider that and the other thing both me. But this this is what I consider the internet version of me. What I would want to actually be. Partly because he, like, transforms and all that stuff. Yeah. I do realize that, apparently this computer is amazing when it comes to the internet connectivity of the streams. It was never this good with the connection on the other computer. The other thing, but this is what I Okay, just checking some things here. Alright, well, that was our little tour of the Edward. You can see his little edward18. Whoa. Nope. Did not mean to do that. Was trying to point out the little edward18 logo. I always try to incorporate that into his stuff. And I guess I'll take this. I'll clamp it down into. Take that off. Put that here. I'll just put it here for reference. And then I can go back. Get over here. Get this. And then put this in. Just slap it on in to have something more to fill the page with. Yeah, I just can't. I was at work yesterday, and I didn't have much to do, so I made the entire thumbnail for this stream yesterday. And I decided to have Edward be part of it, so there I am on my little laptop that I'm using right now that I found of Grandma's. And yeah, now we're here testing out how the streaming works on this computer. So I actually have a way to talk on the internet again and stuff. And let's give Earthworm Jim his little crazy eye, shall we? There we go. Ow! He always made, like, the best sound effects when he got hit and stuff. Special Edition has even more voice clips. But you can barely get that version of the game, so not as many people know about that version. Yeah, they usually segment his teeth, so I'll do that. Okay, there we go. So let's see what all we got going on here. Take out the background lines. And we got an Aurora Borealis. Oh dear. We got magnifying issues everywhere. Aurora Borealis. The speaker of the Aurora Borealis. Tails, whom my dad hated. He always hated Tails because he'd get in the way in, like, the special stages and everything. So he just has, like, an extreme dislike of him. He also disliked Knuckles, but he didn't know his name, so he'd just call Knuckles that red thing. Oh, hey, Akao Rozui. My art style has just taken my whole life to make, is all I can really say, I think. Art style is kinda something that just naturally develops. It's still pretty much going, but, like, it's still evolving. That's something that doesn't end till you die, but in terms of what all influenced it, probably growing up with things like, classic Looney Tunes, Astro Boy, Dragon Ball, stuff like that. It's, all kinda stuff you see throughout your life that cobbles together into something new inside of your head. And again, for anyone stopping by, if anyone wants, here is the Discord link, which is also in the description, for anyone that might want to stop by and hang out or chat. Yeah, we were just drawing up Earthworm Jim over here. I think I probably did a better Let's Play of that, of Earthworm Jim on my birthday when I played it last year. Because, like, I remember Teddy Roo, I think, was in that stream. All the streams, of course, are in my live section on YouTube over here. You can check in. Actually, if anyone wants, all the Let's Plays, all the games that I played and commentated over are in, like, their own playlist if you go to playlists. But I probably wouldn't recommend starting with, like, the very first ones, because it was a bit more bare bones at the start. It was getting used to it. Earthworm Jim 1 was okay, but 2 not so much. I'd say Mega Man 03 is probably where it started to get really decent in my eyes. And then, of course, you get Edward's wonderful voice acting in that. Oh, I'm a piezo. Always tried to make him a James from Team Rocket kind of personality when I voiced him in that. And then Dr. Boyle is just an evil old man. Obviously, I'm not doing the voices as prominently as I did in those videos. I really went out of my way to try and give a performance for that stuff there. I guess I'll do a Dr. Vile. Yeah. I'm pretty sure in English his name is not supposed to be Whale or anything, since in Japanese the name is Vile. Of the more recent stuff I've looked at, though, I saw the Amazing Digital Circus second episode when that came out. I've been watching some parts of that, the X-Men 97, which is a phenomenal continuation of, like, the old show. It's pretty much season 6 of the original X-Men cartoon. Only now they can show things like actual pain and violence at parts. Of course, nothing compares to the violence that this evil villain here would inflict on people. Dr. Weil is probably one of the most evil characters in a video game to me. Especially given how hellish the Mega Man Zero world is by that point in the timeline. He certainly does not help in that regard. Oh, well, I have never seen Star Wars Rebel, Jacob. But, when it comes to Star Wars, my favorite thing is probably the Genndy Tartakovsky Clone Wars, which would be... Yeah, it would be, this here. That is my favorite Star Wars. Has the most scary, the scariest General Grievous that you will ever find. I do know Star Wars Rebels continues on the 3D animated stuff, though. Does look decent. But of the clips I've seen of modern Star Wars stuff, I would probably have to go with this dude being my favorite. Just the best of an apathetic droid that has just been fed up with everything in life. He is pretty awesome. When it comes to Star Wars characters, never really was too attached to most any of them, really. Like, they're fine enough. They get the point across for the adventures, but in terms of characters, they're usually not complex enough to me. Like, what would be my favorite Star Wars character? Mostly they're just cool. I know everyone back in the day was all about Boba Fett, though I honestly never saw why, because he's, like, there for all of 30 minutes and dies. But I do remember everyone loved his outfit. Come on, Weil. Gotta get your wrinkle just right in your cheek there. I guess Obi-Wan would probably be my favorite of the overall characters of the franchise. He's just like, Alec Guinness just did such an amazing performance as him, and then younger Obi-Wan was like the one that had the most life in those movies. He was always the one that felt like the most friendly, quote-unquote, real character to me. Dr. Weil is kind of weird here, because he has, like, elf ears if you look at him in the game, even though he's, like, based on a human. Rest in peace to his voice actor, the original Japanese voice of Dr. Eggman. Kinda wanted to make a picture for Eggman's voice actor when he died, but with how late it was afterwards that I wanted to make a picture, didn't really feel like it went along with the timing of the death. It's kind of the same as me wanting to make a picture for Akira Toriyama when he died, but again, it was just too late afterwards that I chose to want to do that. I am getting slightly hungry here. Oh, well, I am. My hat's off to Christopher Welsh, another that has left us. Yeah, age waits for no one, unfortunately. At least not yet. I'm fairly certain we'll get to the point of people being able to live for hundreds of years before too much longer. Relatively speaking. I'm not saying it'll happen, like, in the next decade, but pretty sure humanity has the ability to get to that point of elongating their lives that much. And as long as I can get that kind of treatment to keep my stuff being created, That will work out for me. Oh, well, congratulations, Jacob. I can't remember the last time I fiddled around with music stuff. I mainly did that for my old Xeno Hunter video game idea, trying to make 8-bit approximations of what that soundtrack would sound like. Yeah, this is turning out like a decent Dr. Weil. Dr. Weil. I did some crazy laughter for him in that Let's Play. I was kind of worried that I might get noise complaints when I was voice acting during those streams, because I was not being quiet at all for that stuff. Yeah, if it's not evident to the viewers, I usually talk as a rather emotionless type of person. But obviously, if you've seen the streams, I can get to the point of being, like, having some form of emotion in the voice for a performance. It's so nice to be able to stream again and talk on here. Talk while I work. Unfortunately, let me see here. Yeah, this doesn't fill it in like it did on the other computer. The other computer, thanks to Tractors and Treaders, or Game Saved, or Milo, or whatever he wants to be called now, he was the one that alerted me to how I would be able to just fill it in, and it would be completely filled in. But unfortunately on here, there's this white outline around the objects. Oh, I do not think I can play your thing on here, Jacob. SoundCloud is not something I don't think I can really do on this computer. But I will take your word that it is a catchy tune. If anyone wants, you can check out the Wiggles remix on SoundCloud that Jacob put up. Yeah, yesterday it was mostly me before work trying to get things set up on here to see if I could even stream on here. And it did end up working out, it seems. For now, at least. The built-in keyboard on the laptop doesn't work, so I've had to, like, manually hook up a separate keyboard to the computer. Then the other USB port has my tablet hooked into it so I can draw. Which means I don't have a mouse to work with. I have to use the tablet stylus pen to be able to control the cursor on here. Alright, and I guess I didn't even need the ear, because I decided to draw Weil with his hair down, which you never see until the ending of the game for the final boss fight. Freedom, justice, worthless ideals. Let's see, what all did he say? And the humans, look what they did to me. Casting me away while spouting the word justice. I will show you a pain beyond anything you imagine. Yeah, he is horrible. And he's one of those types of characters that just, like, blames literally everybody except himself. He's like, he started the worst war in history and, like, got billions of people killed. And somehow, humans putting him in his robot body for punishment are the ones that are wrong to him. He is just a complete narcissist. And unfortunately, there are probably those kind of people that do exist with that kind of I'm right, everyone else is wrong mentality to that extreme. People that will never admit to any fault, even until the end. But there is Dr. Wyatt, the most evil monster in Mega Man. We have had this song on way too long now. Let me see here. Oh, there's a Dakota Agumon. Oh, hey, nice Bullseye. How are you doing today? We've just been doing some artwork here. Pan out a bit. Got an Aurora Borealis over here, which, if you haven't seen the Vector Man Let's Play I did, that's what that's from. Got a little Fox Genius, Earthworm Jim, Edward18, with a real Edward18 over there, from, like, 2009. Then here's the latest one we did, Dr. Wyatt. And now Edward is trying to find some more music, as we have been listening to this track forever. You been up to anything lately, nice Bullseye? Let's see here. Go into this. Okay, let's see. So many choices. There's that Iron Mouse again. Amazing Digital Circus. Oh. Here's one from a game that I played, like... When did I play this one? It's the Snowboard Kids game, which, if I remember right, Jacob Wiggle was there for that stream. Yeah, I always like this track. Okay. Alright, I think we got things going over there. Alright. Back on over here. Yeah, I always liked the Snowboard Kids game. Never could, like, unlock things in it, but it was always fun as hell, just sorta meandering about in that game, racing the others. That was back when you actually had to have skill to unlock things. Back in my day, you had to actually earn those emblems. Trophies? Huh. What are you talking about? We had to get that rainbow blood in Jet Force Gemini by collecting 200 ant heads. Ding, ding. Yeah, collectibles in games. It's nice to have ease of access to things that make things more fun, but at the same time, having there not be as many stipulations to how you get stuff can make things feel a bit more too easy, not feel as special. Now then, what do I want to draw here? Do I want to draw things here? Ding, 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 ding. Oh. Oh. It looks like Digital Elite has put some things on the Discord, which is some more Lego stuff. Yeah, over on Discord, actually, I could probably just show the Discord, can't I? Let's see here. Microsoft? Okay, no, I guess not. GIMP? Oh no, that's just the folder that I have stuff in. Well, I guess I can't show the Discord chat over here. I guess if anyone wants, you can head over to the Discord to see for yourself, but there's all sorts of different little channels over there. And, yeah, got general, Resident Evil, robots, toys, all sorts of stuff you can look at over there. And I'll probably put all this stuff up in the art section when I'm done. I do have to go into work in a few hours, but until then, well, I will get off of here to, like, eat and stuff. But other than that, I'll be making stuff on here. Da-da-dun. Down. Wait. Why can't I look at the chat? The Discord? I'm not sure. Because I remember I had... Didn't I have the internet window open there? Let me see something. Welcome to anyone that's new here. Just, here's all the stuff we've done. And here's the link to Discord if anyone wants to go over there to hang out. Guess I'll put it on for... Yeah, that's good enough. You can pause the video if you want to see. But I guess I don't really have anything in mind right now. Anyone have any requests on what to draw here? I was thinking maybe a Mario thing. But I've been doing Mario a couple... I'm kind of Mario'd out after all the whole animation I did of the Party Crashers over the past few months. I should say the past 10 months. Actually, why don't I just draw one of the Party Crashers? The one that had the least amount of screen time in that animation. Good ol' unlucky man himself, Sophist. Yeah, Sophist has like these 3 points to his beard, he always does. And he has kind of a more pointed nose than the others in the animation. Come on, there we go. Got the little gem here that needs to be better. It's not a crystal gem, but it is a Sophist gem. I do need to, at some point, get, like, the art book for the movie of Steven Universe. I got the art book for, like, Turning Red the other day. It wasn't that much, I just found it online for, like, 30 bucks, so I figured it was too good to pass up. Always adding to the collection. The Invader Zim art book is one of the more interesting ones I've had. Although it's kind of sad to me that the final part is just like screen stuff from Enter the Florpus. They don't really show much concept art or anything of Enter the Florpus. Still great to have, though, seeing all the old stuff from the old cartoon and everything, and what they did design-wise and production-wise for that. And this is probably my favorite music track from Snowboard Kids. Just a nice, catchy tune that goes along with, like, a cool night drive through some tunnel or something. That is way too narrow to line up with his head. Or what I do not have made of his head yet. Here we go. Put in the ear. And I kept forgetting while I was doing the animation that he had a mustache. So I would do like the whole expression and everything, and would then remember each scene like, oh right, he has a mustache, I have to go back in and animate over everything now. Which isn't that hard to do, it's just like it lines up with his upper lip. It doesn't like show the skin of the lip, you just pass right into the mouth from it. Yeah, I've said it before, but I would like to do animations of various YouTubers and stuff, but it's just so much work to do animations that it takes, like, by the time you're done, there's a whole slew of other people you want to make animations of. I'd love to do animations of, like, Risk Restar, Cypheron 48, things like that. Etho, the Minecraft or Hermitcraft people from Minecraft. I'd love to do animations of that stuff. I just never have the time with everything else I'm always doing. Yeah, unfortunately in this world we have to do things that make us actual money to survive with. Yeah, I don't know if I'll ever get video games running on this computer, but I can at least do these drawing type things, it looks like, on here. His hat is not nearly down enough towards, like, it's slanted wrong. Because you always want to have Sophis looking more evil and mischievous. So you want the hat, like, coming down more towards his eyes, giving that air of just... yeah, more like that, more criminal looking. Just the absolute chaos member of his group. I have thought before about how they might be in the mega crossover of Awesome comic I used to do. I've thought about putting YouTubers and creators and stuff in that before. But since I don't ever even have time to work on that anymore, there's no chance of ever seeing them put into that. I had so many plans for that. But like all fan things, they get put on the back burner eventually in favor of other projects of mine. Well, not all fan things, but most fan things. Yeah, this'll make up for having Sophist in the animation less than all the others. Bum, bum. Here we go. Yeah, his face is always looks more narrow than the other party crashers. You don't want it being too thick. Vernius I always draw as just like a circle face, because that's what I saw his avatar as a lot of times. Because he just had the one that looked like that. And so that's what I ended up basing, like, his look on. It's just, there's his round face there. Although I didn't end up doing what I was originally going to do, which was making this part of the hair black. I do blacken that in, like, illustrations I've done of them, though. But here's one of the party crashers. There we go. Give him an ear. Alrighty. This is looking nice. And now I am going to grab a bite of popcorn that I have here on standby, because my stomach is growling. Yeah, for this, I only had like a hot dog and some shredded potato that I was eating. When streaming, always bring snacks. Snacks and water. Not necessarily soda. Like, you can do whatever you want, but water is always more preferable to me with, like, staying hydrated. Oh, Digital Lead is posting even more stuff, now in the music section in the Discord. Oh, and since it's not in the actual stream itself, a sort of beta version of this image is what I use for the thumbnail of this video. Yeah, this one. Which, I'm sure people that tune into my stuff remember this. We got Donkey Kong. This is Masasa from the Discord. This was when we were playing like Cards of Humanity together. I do want to animate those sessions because I have the recording, but it would take forever to do that. But there's like Gartic phone matches and Cards Against Humanity stuff that I would like to get animated that I've done with some of the Discord members before. And obviously here's Transformers. That's the stuff that I used to do Transformers the most out of things when probably around 2009-ish. And this is Telemer from the, I made him up back when I was like 10 or something. He's an old character from my stuff. Why don't I put popcorn over here? Ding, go, boom. Alrighty. Now back into it. Let me see here. This says Microsoft. Whoa. What was that? Can I... Okay, that is the window that, like, brings up the internet. It's just, it won't bring it up for some reason. Oh well, so what? Who cares? Doing this how we like. I'm singing through my mic. A special underwater mic. Jabberjaw. Never really did care much for Jabberjaw, but he was always there. Kinda just a fill-in character when it came to the star shows of Hanna-Barbera. Didn't they make him a girl in Jellystone? One of the things that I saw that was, like, amazing about Jellystone was, the convention where Peter Potamus, like, takes the space ghost identity and just, like, stands in as him, and then Moltar, Brack, and all, like, they show up to crash the thing. It just feels like such a Space Ghost coast-to-coast sequel in that. And then the way it ends is just amazing. Yeah, we'll do a bit of Jabberjaw. Yeah, anything a Jabberjaw, though, I will absolutely watch over whatever they do with that Velma show. That is... Oh my god, that may be a contender for the absolute worst cartoon I have ever seen. Yeah. Yeah, I think the thing that I played the most when it came to Cartoon Network was the Cartoon Network Summer Resort, which was an old Flash game. Yeah, here it is. The Cartoon Network Summer Resort. And these were the 4 characters you could play as. It was like every day, every episode was another day at the resort. And you'd run into all the characters from Cartoon Network, Dexter, Powerpuff Girls, all that stuff. I really miss Flash games like that. They don't do internet games like that really anymore. Alrighty, and we have one last spot here that we can fill. Well, I do hope that this whole streaming session has been going okay. It's great to be back, and I hope it hasn't been too boring out there. Do kind of wish I could do a video game on here. Have to see if the controller would even be compatible with this computer. Trying to get Sophist's beard to be, like, more... better aligned, I guess. Because it wasn't really... Yeah, that should do. Although, should I make this part of the beard come down now to match up with that? Down, down. There we go. That's a shellfish. Actually, I'm gonna get up for a second. Be right back. And I'm right back. Ow. Yeah, I just went to get my phone because sometimes they like to call me in to work out of nowhere. So it's better to have it with me than without. But I think they have someone that's doing the job right now. Yeah, okay. Yeah, the only activity on the phone today, it says, is the call to mom that I made earlier, which, for anyone out there, wish your mother a happy Mother's Day. I would have probably forgotten it was Mother's Day had I not had the elderly folk at the place I work at here keep saying Happy Mother's Day to the desk person. But let's see here. One more spot. What can we do here? Should I even do anything? Because I can come up with stuff to draw while I am coloring stuff. So how's about I just start coloring things, and then as we do that, I can formulate something. Or whoever might be here can suggest something. But that's all up to you guys. I am just here to work and test things out right now. So, let's go. Create a new layer. Bring in... Oh! Hi, Ballard? Oh, well, that sounds lovely. I assume the roast was good. I will choose sort of a grayish brown for the skin color for Weil, because he has sort of a tannish but also gray, dead-looking skin. And let's see, smooth stroke. Okay, this doesn't have the same dynamics as what I have on the other computer. Let me see here. Oh, and Happy Mother's Day to your mother, Daniel. Let's zoom in to Weil. Smooth stroke. Incremental. Okay, that's no different. So, I still need to fidget around with settings on here, it seems. But this should work out fine. I've worked with solid colors before. It's just that, like with this, I'm used to having pressure sensitivity for the, like, opacity of the colors and stuff. Actually, can I just fill things in with the fill tool on this? It operates a bit differently than my other computer's GIMP. Ding, bow, down. Do do wow 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 wow. Okay, and fill. Okay, yeah, there we go. Now I just have to fill in all the white lines that are left. Down, down, down. Oh, well, if you guys have a different date for Mother's Day over there, Daniel, then, happy Mother's Day for whenever that Mother's Day comes around. Over here, it's like, I think the second week of the second Sunday in May is when it is. I'm pretty sure that's when it's supposed to be in America. Yeah, in my comics, all the characters never really... You never really get to see parents of the characters. Unless you count the old sage, but he's not, like, related to Doko by blood, he's just, like, Doko's guardian. Then Professor Mousenips is basically that for Mech, but the audience has not met him yet, properly. Let's give Weil a bit of a lighter skin color. Okay. Lock this. Maybe too light now. Let's make it a bit darker. That's better. That's the Weil I know. Whatever, Komara. Yeah, that is his... that is his voice line he says before the final fight. Which basically translates to, I am the devil. Truly the most evil of Mega Man characters. Oh, well, it's always hard to find what I'm attracted to, Bowyer. But let's see. I don't generally think of mothers when I think of characters and stuff. But Miss Boon Choi in Amphibia is pretty awesome. Willing to just go in and destroy a robot that's trying to kill her daughter and stuff. Yeah, I'm kind of drawing blanks on moms in animated things. There's the mother in Watamode that slaps her daughter. That's grade A mom material there. And of course there's Mrs. Incredible. And that's the standard one that a lot of people think of. Come on, where's the eye drop? There we go. Forgot the eye drop tool command. Stop that. There we go. Back on track. Yeah, generally when it comes to a series, I don't think I really think much about the parents or anything. Because even back in my old stuff I made, I never really made parents for characters. I just sort of made the characters and had them go on adventures. Wait a second. Oh, okay. I can see how I might be able to do shading now. Though I don't know how well I'll do it with just the airbrush tool. Yeah, Elastigirl is usually what a lot of people think of, I think, when they think mom characters in fictional series is. Yeah, I guess there's Lilith, but she's not really a character and has been Hotel yet. Well, Elastigirl is Mrs. Incredible Valor. They're both the same character from The Incredibles. Of course, we gotta color Earthworm Jim if he is on screen. Never a complete Edward worship without Earthworm Jim's coloring. Yes, in the Church of the Edward, we worship two things: sushi and Earthworm Jim. Let us commune now as we pray to our Lord and Savior in his wormy ways. Down, Ow! Ding, ding. I was trying to think of what this tune reminded me of, but I just lost it once I went to the next part of the song. Or not song, but music. I guess it hasn't taken too long to color, well, draw all this stuff. Drawing the Aurora Borealis up there is going to be... it'll be interesting, because I've never, like... well, obviously I've never drawn it before, because it's probably drawn completely wrong up there. But it'll be interesting, never having made it before, so... doing the color choice, I know it's light blue. But beyond that, we'll see how it goes. And let's make this a bit more desaturated for the coloring of the straps here. Don't want it to be too bright of colors, otherwise it doesn't look real enough. There's a fine line you have to keep in mind when you're doing, like, cartoon characters. If you want them to look vibrant and everything, that comes at the cost of it not feeling as real to the human mind. The more desaturated color palette helps to keep it more grounded. Helps to make it feel, like, click more with what the mind perceives as actually being there instead of being fake. Everything about creating stuff, whether it be games or cartoons or comics, is sort of a game of tricking the mind of the audience. When it comes to animation, really, there's no thing that is living in it. It's not like characters actually moving. It's just a bunch of drawings put one after the other. But seeing them all one after the other creates a motion that is, like, unparalleled when it comes to how cool it feels to see those characters actually mimicking life and looking like they're alive. Oh, no, no, no. Dun, dun, boom, boom, boom. Alright, we got our wormy savior here. Let's give him a bit of a tongue. Actually, it needs to be a red tongue because his skin is so pink. Yeah, want it to actually contrast against the other color. And of course, you gotta have the green eye. And now the yellow. Yellow! Ba-da-dum, ba-da. Yeah, one thing I wanted to do for the Party Crashers animation was I wanted to have the song that was the Party Crasher theme that one fan made about them, the Party Crashers, ain't no way to start the party without us. But I didn't know if the creator of that would be more reserved to having that used, so I just used the perfect rotation little thing that they did in that one video instead for the intro. Alright, there we go, there we go. That's good. That is good. I'm getting tired of this song. Let's move on to another. Ooh. Okay. Let's head on over to Sonic Heroes. Alright, I think this'll do. Got a good old rail canyon going. Alright, Aurora, you are up. Let's get that cyan out. Down. No. Two. Here. Maybe a light blue? Yeah, this'll work better. Here we go. Yeah, if you want better coloring, you'll have to check a different stream I've done. Down. Bow. Yeah, I wouldn't say Rail Canyon is my favorite of the Sonic Heroes tracks, but it does have an intensity to it. One of my favorites is Final Fortress. That is, like, arguably the greatest final level theme in a Sonic game to me. And it's one that doesn't even take place in outer space. Alright, get all the white lines. I've never drawn a Simpsons character before, I don't think, so drawing Skinner here is a bit out of my element, I would say. And I guess this Aurora Borealis could be, like, a sequel design for, like, what it may look like if you redesigned it, since I can't remember exactly what it looks like. Oh no, I know who Deb Turnbull is, Bowyer. I can very much see why she'd be appealing towards you. Yeah, I can't really think much of mothers in fiction. Can think of a few dads. Mr. Greg Universe. Professor Membrane. Dr. Tenma, the absolute worst dad of the 60s in anime. I guess Aunt May could be seen as a mother figure if you wanted to count her for, like, Spider-Man. Spider-Man. Let's get to coloring Skinner. Skinner! Yeah, sadly, some streams end up devolving to Edward just going down, to the songs at times. Down, down, down. Oh, not that one. Then if it's music that has, like, lyrics normally, he may, sing along to the lyrics that aren't usually there, because he sometimes doesn't play the music, the actual official songs, in fear of the audio getting blocked. I've lied to you the same way that I always do. This is the last smile that I'll fake for the sake of being with you. Why I never walked away, why I blame myself this way. Now I see you're testing me, pushes me away. Absolutely goes along with the music that's playing right now. Oh yes, I did write some things about Tesley's sort of dad in Mech's surrogate father. But blood-wise, Mech isn't related to Professor Mousenips. Mech was a kid on the street that stole from people before he got picked up by the professor. Yeah, of the main characters in my comic, Tesley probably had the most quote-unquote normal life. And Doko's life has just been living with the old sage and training and stuff. Which, for those that might be watching that have never seen my stuff before, I am talking about my comics, which there are plenty of live stream videos in the live part of my YouTube channel covering the production of the latest comic I did. If I had my flash drive hooked up to this computer, I could show things more easily, but since I don't, I'm just going by description mostly. Let's make Skinner's eye more complete here. There we go. Now he doesn't look like an absolute freak of nature. Oh, here he is. Maya's Tails Prower. In my Project Shadow fan game idea, I had a character that would have been... It would have probably used Tails' Sonic Advance design for, like, the head and stuff, but it would have used the Adventures of Sad AM color scheme where he's more brown. It wouldn't be Tails, but it'd be another Fox character. There'd be some things that were references to things in the franchise for, like, side characters and stuff like that. Alrighty. No. Come on. There we go. Yeah, hopefully it's not too dull watching this. Didn't exactly intend for this to be a huge professional stream of any sort. Still getting things figured out on this computer. Hopefully this computer will last. It's pretty busted up, but it seemed like a better alternative for the time being than, like, having to buy another computer with, like, hundreds of dollars that I don't have right now. Just need to get that first comic remade and published. And then probably rejected by people, but as long as it gets sold somewhere, that could be some source of income. Yeah, last night I was alongside working on, like, the thumbnail for this video. I was, like, remaking the page where, like, Tesley and Mech first meet Doko. And, like, Tesley shoves Doko's face into her boobs and stuff. I think it's, like, page 7, maybe? I haven't gotten to coloring that page, but it is nice to see, like, those old pages not being drawn as bad as I used to do them. Back in when I started those pages, it was like half of them don't even have backgrounds or anything. I was just putting down characters and stuff. Talk. I have been doing a lot more talking the last week because I've been recording audio for reviews I'm planning to do of things in the future. Got commentary recorded for a Resident Evil review and one recorded for what was it? Not Jet Force Gemini. Mega Man Zero. But I have one that is like a script I've been working on for Jet Force Gemini. Arguably the bloodiest game on the Nintendo 64. Just talk and waste time doodling. Then hopefully this all turns out okay. Part of streaming is about praying, because there's always the unknown factor of things that can mess things up. But this seems to be pretty stable so far. Come on, Edward, you gotta stay awake. You have work tonight. But I wanna just stay here and draw all day. No, Edward, that is not on the table. You need to make money so you do not waste and not have food and die. Oh, what is death but just another state of life? Alright, fine, I'll go to work. Ding, ding. The ramblings of Edward's inner monologues. I'm sure they're much more sane than this guy's inner monologues. They're at least over a lot quicker. Like, my god, Sophist can just talk forever. Press the A button. Press the A button. Fine, I had like 5 scripts written out, but sure, I'll press it. Dun, dun, dun. Dun. Yeah, he really does feel like he tries to be a supervillain at times with, like, how grandiose he is in presentation and stuff. Oh, you're a villain. Just not a super one. What's the difference? Presentation. Megamind. I haven't really seen anything of that new Megamind, but I've heard that it is not as good as the classic. I am really getting hungry now. Thankfully, I think we only have Jabberjaw left to do basic colors on. So let's get this fish all colored up. Then maybe I'll get off here. I really don't get what's up with the internet on the OBS right now. When I was testing things out, it was letting me see stuff on it for the internet, but for some reason, it's just not doing it. Edward is hungry. Down. Bow, bada, bow. Nyak, nyak, nyak. Yeah, the perfect ending to Velma would be if their messed up, more realistic version of characters has Jabberjaw come out and just eat her at the end. But until then, we'll just have to settle for this kindly image of Jabberjaw. And until next time, you guys will just have to go to the Discord to be able to chat with Edward. Because I think I'm kinda done here. Kinda getting pretty hungry. And I might shade these off screen, but until these go up in the gallery, this is all you really have to look at for this bit. My God, okay. I am all stretched out, and think we got things all tested out here. Let's give things one last shot for the internet side of things. Doodlings. Okay. What if we do this? No. Window. Go here. There it is! Okay. Got it up and running. Just check in on the Discord for a second before I go. Yeah, here's everybody. Let me see here. Okay, okay. Get this all centered. Alright, let's see. There's me, doodling stuff. Story ideas. There's where Bowyer sometimes puts things, and Teddy did for a bit. I think Aqua does occasionally. Anything in art? Oh! That was my ideas for, like, remaking Sonic 1. Damn. Yeah, that was after, yeah, I put this up the other day. I made these while I was at work. And I guess this, Digital Elite really liked the scrap brain thing, so I put up stuff of how it would look sort of in my version for scrap brain. Oh yeah, here's stuff for my comics. Why is that there? Huh. Oh, but yeah, there's how garbage the old comics looked. And there's Bowyer also in there, who is in the chat here right now. Oh yeah, we just got plenty of different things over on the Discord that get talked about and discussed. Transformers, Resident Evil. There is that new Transformers thing coming out right now, Transformers 1. There's my version of Maximal Bumblebee. I used to do Transformers stuff so much, but I've kinda not done as much over the years, the last few years, with how much I've focused on my own stuff. Oh, and here is, usually once a week I'll go up to the bookstore and take pictures of different books they have there, usually that I haven't seen before, and just put them up for people to sorta see and look at here. Yeah, get some ideas for what you could order online and stuff like that. Robots and Mecha. And of course, here's food. Just showing whatever you have that night, or things that pique your interest. That is where I work at. It's one of the maintenance guys brought in like this General So's that he made. He's Asian, and his family works at the Thai place that I go to eat at sometimes down the street. And I had some chopsticks on hand, so I used those, but that was perhaps the most delicious treat that I've gotten on the job before. There's all the screens that show you different parts of the building down there. And there's some desserts that people brought in. There's the Thai place food. That is Pad Thai that I usually order. Usually get a 3 on the spice. Yep. It's just the stuff that we all eat, put up and share. And then, of course, you can't be a Discord place without a meme channel. So here is all the internet degeneracy on display. If you would like to be a part of that, then feel free to stop by the Discord. And as I have shown over the course of the stream, we'll hop on back over... Oh, Oh, nope. Not there. Nope. We'll hop back over to... Where is it? Here it is. Over to here. And then we can zoom in on this, take out all the people. There's the link to the Discord. But I think I'm gonna get off here, because it's been a few hours, it's been fun doodling. This has mostly just been a test of things on here. And thank you to everyone that decided to stop by and stuff. It was nice to be able to chit-chat with people again and get some social doodling done. Until next time, though, you guys have yourselves a wonderful Mother's Day. If there's any more Aurora Borealises to be had, be sure to catch them. Until then, just stop by the Discord if you want, or await for when we do the next stream. Either way, farewell for now, arrivederci, however else you want to say it. Sayonara and goodbye.